Hi guys, so I'm doing a vlog today and basically I am picking stuff up at Target and I am picking stuff curbside Target and curbside library, and then I am going to Barnes & Noble, and I'm not sure how much I can film in Barnes & Noble, but I'm gonna try to, and maybe I don't know if I'm gonna talk or I'm just gonna film the books. But yeah, so I think that'll be fun. And then when I get home, I'm gonna show you guys up close, like what I got from Target, what I got from the library, and then what I got from Barnes & Noble. And yeah, so come along with me. It's like Friday. It's very hot in Texas. Thankfully my AC is working pretty good in my car. My home AC isn't actually working that great. We have to get a new system actually. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching and stay tuned. And I'm gonna film a little bit of Barnes & Noble because both other places are just curbside. Hi guys, so I have a Barnes & Noble haul, a Target haul, and a library haul. Yeah, so pretty much everything I have is like mixed, like for, different age groups or whatever. I do have a 9-year-old daughter, and I do homeschool her, but I also read a lot and have my own stuff, so yeah. Since this channel is going to be mixed content, I just thought I would show variety. So today I have 3 hauls. So the first thing is from Barnes & Noble. This just caught my attention. It's like a CMYK pen. Cyan, yellow, magenta, and black. Create every color by mixing those 4 colors. And I took printmaking in college, and it was all about mixing colors and CMYK, and it just reminded me of that. But I'm gonna give it to my daughter. And I never heard of this brand. It's like it's like Suck UK, SUCK UK, but I thought it was like really cool. So yeah. And then the next thing is a bookmark. It's a gift for my husband for Father's Day. It just caught my attention. It looks like something he would like. He likes stuff. I don't know. It's like he would like it. It's like the brand Sachi, SACCHI. I'm probably saying that wrong. And it's like Wisdom Begins in Wonder, Socrates. And I thought it would be a cool gift for Father's Day. We don't really spend like a lot of money on like holidays for each other. And it's just something small I'm going to give him, and probably like also get him something else like a cake or something. I don't know. Okay. And now for the book. So when I was at Barnes & Noble, I had like a list of books that I wanted to find that are on my Amazon cart, and they actually didn't have them at my local Barnes & Noble. So I ended up only getting one book. And then one other thing I'll show you guys. This book, Wolf Hollow by Lauren Wolk. This is actually middle grade fiction. I do read kids books, and of course, I have a 9-year-old that also reads middle grade fiction. But I really got this book for me because she likes to read fantasy. But I already read this book, Wolf Hollow, and I love it. I love Lauren Wolk. And let me read a little bit on the back, and let me tell you why I got it today, because I had checked it out from the library. It's like, despite growing up in the shadows cast by 2 world wars, Annabelle has lived a mostly quiet, steady life in her small Pennsylvania town until the day new student Betty walks into her class. Betty reveals herself to be cruel and manipulative, and though her bullying seems isolated at first, it quickly escalates. Toby, a reclusive World War I veteran, soon became the target of Betty's attacks. So it's kind of a sad book, and it is kind of like deeper content. So if you have a child, you might want to read about it, but it is really a beautiful story. And so I actually have the second part to it that I also bought at Barnes & Noble's recently, but I didn't have the actual physical copy. I just rented it from the library, so I wanted to complete the set. So that's why I'm buying it. I'm going to reread it, and then I'm going to read part 2. So yeah. And then the last thing from Barnes & Noble's, I got 4 things, is this. It's the World of Charles Dickens puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle with 70 characters to find. I hope you can see this on the side. It shows like the characters, some of them that you can find. And it's by Lawrence King Publishing. And so we have a Charles Dickens book. It's like Charles Dickens stories. And then I have like a Who HQ nonfiction Dickens book. And so during the month of December, my daughter and I are going to be do like a mini like Charles Dickens kind of like study unit study. And so I got this puzzle for her to do whenever she wants, or she can do it in the month of December. I'll leave it up to her, but she loves puzzles. So yeah, so that was the 4 things, the haul from Barnes & Noble. And I have a really, really random haul from Target. But I thought, I do mostly books, but it's not necessarily like a book channel, even though I do mostly books. So I'm just going to show the stuff. Okay, I did have one book, but I got my daughter, hope you can see this with the camera, like it's not too low or high. Just a soccer ball. Pro Cat. It's kind of cool, metallic. This is her first soccer ball, and she wants to start playing around with soccer. And I thought my husband and I want to take her to our local school because she's homeschooled, but we have a school near us, and start kicking around the soccer ball. And then this is really random, but this is like just Fancy Feast Kitten, Purina, 12 cans of food for my cat. He is about 8 months old, and this is his favorite kind. I got all of this stuff from, sorry the table keeps moving. I should have adjusted it, sorry. I got this stuff curbside pickup at Target. And then another thing for my pet is it's a Boots and Barley medium pet mat. And it's just a mat to go in his kennel. Sometimes he sleeps in his kennel, sometimes he sleeps with us. Just depends. But he also has his kennel to go in anytime he wants during the day. And he needed a new mat for it. So I got that. And then the last thing is a book. So I got this. It's The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment by, I'm probably going to say his name wrong. It's like Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But the reason I got this book is because I'm reading another book right now that I will be doing a video on soon called First We Make the Beast Beautiful by Sarah Wilson. Let me go back. Actually, I don't think it's that book. I read a lot of books at once, and I was reading an article. I think it wasn't a book. I apologize. It might have been that book, but regardless, I did read someone referencing this book, and they said it was interesting. So I thought I'd read it. So yeah, so I will be reading this. And what I do on my channel is I only share books that I really love. So if I do a video on it, it means that I loved it. And if I don't, then I'll probably donate it, or I'll like sell it back to like Half Price Books. And yeah, so I'm just going to try it out, you guys. And basically it says, to make the journey into the power of now, we need to leave our analytical mind and its false created self, the ego, behind. From the very first page of this book, we move rapidly into a significantly higher altitude where we breathe a lighter air. We become connected to the essence of our being, the eternal, ever-present, one life beyond this form. One life beyond this form, a life that's subject to death or birth and death. Along the journey is challenging. So this book is kind of like about, to me, the article I believe was about like mindfulness. And I don't normally like read books like this. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I do read a lot of like anxiety books, but I don't really like usually read a lot of books about like mindfulness and stuff like that. But I thought I would try it, you know. So yeah, so I will do a book review on it if I find it helpful to me. Not that it wouldn't be a good book for you. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys my library haul. So this is a mixed haul. And what I like to do from the library is, this is my daughter. First, let me start with my daughter's book. So this is Unwanted Quest, book 3. She loves this series. I don't really know anything about it. It's by Lisa McMahon, but it's a fantasy middle grade series. And she really loves it. And she requested this from the library. So she's going to be reading that. And then for me, I read fairly slow. So I like to check out books from the library and like check them out, like the first chapter, and see what I think. And if I can get through it, I'll just read it from the library. And then if I want to buy it, I'll buy it. But sometimes I'll just read it and then I'm like, okay, I want to buy this book, and I'll just go ahead and buy it at that point, because I read so many books at once. But yeah, that's kind of my library thing that I do. So this is Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. Not sure to say it. And it's like her therapist, and our lives revealed. So it's kind of like, I guess you could say a self-help book about therapy. And and I thought I'd give it a try. A novel by Kristen Hanna. So this one is fiction. This author I know nothing about other than I was on like probably like Reddit. Like I've subscribed to like Reddit. I think it's like books or book recommend a book or something like that. And people were saying they really liked her as a writer, Kristen Hanna, and recommending her books quite often, and I never heard of her. So this is just my introduction to her. And she had quite a few books that were actually checked out, and this is just the first one I picked just to try out. I really just like to see how a writer writes, because I'm drawn, as everyone is, to certain types of writing and, you know, storytelling. So I'm just gonna check it out. And it's like, in the turbulent summer of 1974, Kate has accepted her place at the bottom of the 8th grade social food chain. Then, to her amazement, the coolest girl in the world moves in across the street and wants to be her friend. Tully Hart seems to have it all: beauty, brains, and ambition. On the surface, they are as opposite as two people can be. Kate doomed to be forever uncool. Tully steeped in glamour and mystery, but with a secret that is destroying her. They make a pact to be best friends. By summer's end, they become Tully and Kate inseparable. So it sounds just like about two friends and different things, and like I'm gonna try it out. The next two are by the same author. So I read a lot of nonfiction, you guys. So this author has been recommended so many times, Jenny Lawson, and I've never read her work. And my library had 3 of her books. One was checked out, so I want to try these. This is Let's Pretend This Never Happened, a mostly true memoir. And this is Furiously Happy, a funny book about horrible things. I listened to a talk that Jenny Lawson did online, like on YouTube. Someone shared it, and she just seems really funny. And of course, like, she struggles with like some type of anxiety or something like that, which I do too. And so yeah, so I'm just gonna try these out and see if I like her writing. I do like memoirs. I'm not going to read too much because it sounds like it's just like a collection, probably, I think, of stories. But it seems like it might be really funny and interesting. And I will do other videos on any of these books if I do find that they were interesting or helpful to me. I will do future videos on them. But if not, it doesn't mean that's not a good book. It just means it didn't work for me. Okay. The Library book by Susan Orlean. She's the author of The Orchid Thief, and I love the movie adaptation written by Charlie Kaufman. And the book adaptation was loosely based on The Orchid Thief. So that's how I found out about Susan Orlean. She writes nonfiction, and she is a writer for The New Yorker, or she was. And I actually started this book from the library months ago. And then I probably got like a 4th way through it. I liked it. But someone else requested it. So then I had to bring it back. And I was already reading another book. And I put it on my list to buy, but I haven't bought it yet. So I decided to just go ahead and recheck it out again and see. So basically, it kind of is about this library fire that happened in 1986 in Los Angeles. And that's the part I got to. But then I think she also talks about different things about like the libraries, about libraries and how they play such a vital role in our lives and things like that. I thought I would read it again. And, well, not read it again, finish it. And I'll update you guys if I decide to finish it. Another like anxiety book, I think, is like This Close to Happy, Depression. A Reckoning with Depression. Daphne Merkin. This book was recommended to me on like a list of like someone's favorite anxiety and depression books, and I thought I would try it. I was happy that my library had it. And so despair is also always described as dull, writes Daphne Merkin, when the truth is that despair has a light all its own, a lunar glow, the color of molten silver. This Close to Happy, Merkin's rare, vividly personal account of what it feels like to suffer from clinical depression, captures this strange light. So I have an anxiety disorder. I'm a hypochondriac, and I have like some OCD. But I do struggle a little bit at times with depression, and I think it mixes together, as most people who have depression or anxiety probably can say. Everyone has like anxiety at times. Everyone has depression probably at times. Of course, maybe some people don't, but like the point is, I really like reading people's stories about depression and anxiety, and I'm going to check this one out. And then this one is, I guess you would say, middle grade fiction. This is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. He also was the author of The Fault in Our Stars, which I think is a movie. And this book I specifically got because I believe the main character has OCD. And I think 16-year-old Azra never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett, but there's a $100,000 reward at stake, and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. So together they navigate the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Russell Pickett's son Davis. I mentioned the OCD thing, and I'm not 100% sure. I apologize. I read about so many books that sometimes I get them mixed up, but regardless, this book has been on so many lists of people who recommended it, and I want to try it regardless. So yeah, I heard good things about it. And then another, I don't know if this is YA. Sorry, this table's driving me crazy. I need to fix it before next video. This is Home by Lisa Allen Agostini. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. But this is either YA or middle grade. I'm not sure. But again, I just kind of read the blurb about it and it sounded interesting. Let's see. Moving from Trinidad to Canada wasn't her idea. But after she's hospitalized for depression, her mother sees it as the only option. Now living with an estranged aunt and dealing with her troubles in a foreign country, she feels more lost than ever. So to me, that sounded really interesting. About someone who's living in somewhere they might be struggling with that change, and then the fact that she's had depression sounds interesting. And then the last book from the library, two more, but they're both children's books, and I love to read children's books. Like, I have a 9-year-old, of course, so she reads a lot. But even if she didn't, I still love children's books. I just find them beautiful, especially the nonfiction ones. And then I love reading middle grade also in YA. But this is Amazing Women, Over 100 Lives to Inspire You. Laura Wilson and Sarah Green. And this is just one of those like compilation books of like different women. So you get like a little bit of information about them. Georgia O'Keeffe, Frida Kahlo, J.K. Rowling, Helen Keller, Temple Grandin. So many interesting people. So yeah, seems interesting. And then the last book from the library is Solitary Animals, Introverts of the Wild by Joshua David Stein, art by Dominique Ramsey. Okay, I'm an introvert, and of course some animals are introverts, and my daughter thought this book looked cool too. So I got it for her, and I want to check it out. We're going to be studying animals for 4th grade. I was very ussy. It's more like a picture book. It's very short. I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, so it'll be a very short read. But I didn't know if it was like a longer, like a nonfiction kids book. It looks like it might be, like a picture book's usually 32 pages. I'm not sure if it's not labeled, but it's probably around 32 or a little bit more. But so yeah, so that's why I like doing these flip throughs for you guys. So if you want to buy a book or check it out, you'll know what to expect. So thanks so much for watching, and especially also to those who subscribe. I really, really appreciate it if you would like my videos and subscribe to them. Thanks so much. Bye.